international coach therapist from DCTcentre. And joining me again is two lovely ladies, Morganne Rayne Adept, visionary spiritual guide, ceremonialist and artist, and Alisha Ann Kingrey, empath on a mission to help other empaths to achieve financial freedom. So, hello, good morning, good evening, ladies.
Good morning, good evening.
It is. It's a good morning. It's a good day.
How you doing?
Do you know what day it is today? I'm rather excited myself. Now, today is August 22nd.
Yep.
They're supposed to be doing the BRICS conference in South Africa today. That is supposed to set off some really, really monumental changes over here in the Middle East. So that's very exciting.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I know I heard they wouldn't let Macron in.
Well, high five to that.
I know. I was like,
oh my gosh, that's
hilarious. Tells you a big story right there.
Yeah, right. You know, I think the West is struggling. And you know, at the same time, that it's very it's a weird transitional thing that's going on right now. It's always been like this, right? Everything is in the West. London is thriving, America is thriving, like Europe is thriving, Western parts of the world have been really, really thriving. And then you've got Africa and the Middle East, and you've got, you know, other Asian countries that are struggling, that are, you know, I mean, oh my gosh, India, poor. That is such a poor country. Pakistan, lot of Asian countries, you know, over here in the West have been just so poverty stricken, and now the scale, there we go. The scale is going, you know, slowly like this. The West is coming down as the East is rising. Saudi America, Saudi Arabia is getting stronger. Iraq is getting stronger. Yeah, a lot of it's just a lot of flipping going on.
There is a lot of flipping going. Yeah, a lot of change, and you know, and I'm on that on the side where it's going down, right, where things are coming apart. But you know, we were talking pre-show about things coming apart, and you know what? There's nothing wrong with things coming apart. Things that are not working, things, and you know, we can get into the diabolicalness of what this government has done to other countries, what the British government has done to other countries, what, you know, the control and the utilizing other countries for their benefit and harming.
We need a lot of humility in the West is what you need. And, you know, a lot of times you have to knock a chair out from under somebody to really, you know, give them that pop and wake them up. What are you doing? What are you doing? If you're wealthy because you have to stand on the backs of other people to get there, you're playing the game the wrong way. So, you know, I know for me, growing up Jewish, we were always taught that we're the chosen people. And a lot of people, you know, they get angry at that and they say, well, why are you the chosen? You guys are you're special. You're more special than everybody else. But it's about perception. My rabbi taught me it has nothing to do with being better than anybody, has nothing to do with being greater than anybody. We have a covenant with God, and we have a huge responsibility on our shoulders as teachers to teach the rest of the world how to love God, how to live. So, you know, if you take that to the West and you say, we have money, we have education, we have been the chosen ones for a long time, but we've flipped it. We haven't been responsible with our control. We didn't take what we had and help the world and help people and, you know, use all of our powers for good. We didn't teach the world how to love God and how to live better. We took it as we deserve everything because we're better than everybody, right? And now we're being kicked on our faces and realizing if we don't do this world thing together as one world, if we don't come together and start working together, we're going to fail. It doesn't work.
Yep.
Doesn't work.
Yep.
Until our nationality becomes human, until our religion becomes love, right? We've got to stop, knock off all of the other junk. It's worthless chatter and you're wasting your time.
Yep.
How you get this nationality human if at the moment even in all application forms is like no, it is transgender,
Oh my God.
homosexual, this, and then is male or female, and then.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I haven't been to America. I mean, I haven't lived there for 7 years. So, oh my gosh. I haven't had to fill out a form for a while, but
I
wow,
haven't seen any of those.
That would be shocking.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any of the gender things because I've had to fill out a couple of forms lately. But it's still, you know, separation by color, right? Caucasian. It's like, what box do you want to get in, right? You want to be Caucasian? You want to be Indian? Do you want to be, you know, what do you want to be? So I'm still seeing the separation by color. And I did see on something where it said male, female, and other.
Other. Yeah.
No, it's in all forms what I was completing, yeah, was other.
They
trans,
defined
this,
Oh my
and on
God.
end was only male or female.
Non-binary, transsexual,
Yeah.
user. Wow.
So, you know, it's I don't know about that. You know, it just
I've never answered the ethnicity box in my whole entire life. Never. If I go to the doctor, if I go anywhere, I've never answered. And if it's a required, I put other.
That's what I do. I put other.
Figure it out. I'm a human. I know that I'm a living, breathing spirit, sentient being. I am a human. I know I'm not covered in fur. I know I'm not a dog, but I'm a human. I don't know what kind of human. Who knows? How does anybody know where they really came from?
Yeah.
But anyway, we're all spirit. I know that. I know we're all human.
And I, you know, I want to go back to, you know, globally. I want to address something that I see that's ramping up a lot, which is that thing called fear, right? That seems like there is a big push to, I mean, we humans already have fear instilled in them, an unhealthy fear. And I see it ramping up more, and a lot with all these fires and floods and hurricanes and, you know, all the geological and man-made disasters that are here. I see that fear ramping up even more because it was their main tool to control humans. Fear is the main tool to control humans. So if we think about that, even if we look at the monetary system, the fear of the collapse, the fear, it's like this fear is just being really instilled in humans. So this is our divine opportunity. And you talk about, the chosen. Well, I'm not Jewish, although in my DNA thing, it does say I have some Jewish in me, which is cool. I mean, it's like I said before, I'm a rainbow child, right?
Right.
I got lots of things inside of me.
Me too.
And so I think I'm pretty much a global human being.
Right. Right. My folks have planted seeds all over there.
I know. It's like, like, what are we, So so I believe that right now, as we look at this thing called fear, it's our opportunity to go, okay, if we're in that fear realm, more fear is going to develop. If we are in that fear realm, our body temples are going to become ill. If we are in that fear realm, our thinking becomes muddy and unpurposeful. It's always in survival. So
it's very selfish. It's very It's very low dimensional. You're back to survival tactics. How am I going to live? Yeah.
How am I going to live? Right. And then there's hoarding and, and thievery and stealing. And you could just, you just see it. So what's the opposite of fear?
Love.
That's right. It is love. So it's our opportunity to stand in the places where there is fear and bring love, bring awareness, bring consciousness, because fear is their weapon. But if their weapon don't work, if they throw that fear stuff at us and we just send them back love, what how is that going to be? And people say I have pie in the sky, so what? We get to choose how we're going to be. And for me, I'm going to choose love every time, even in the face of fear. And I believe, like, what happened to me in my community around that COVID thing, where I was being really terrorized by a couple of people here. And the fear was so palpable. I was so scared to go outside. I thought they were going to lynch me. I really did.
Wow.
I really did, because of the verbal languaging, and they were just repeating everything, the narrative that was coming across on mainstream media.
Yeah, right. Like robots. They just, they pick up the programming and then they run with it.
That's right. So for me, it was like, what was my guidance on that? My guidance, because I literally, at one point, I wanted to just, I got to leave. I'm going to go away. I'm going to go find a safe place to be. But my guidance said, no, you stay here. You love them. You love them. It's only fear that's operating in them. And if I would have just left, fear would have won.
Yeah.
But I didn't leave. And I chose to stay and face every aspersion that was being thrown at me. And I would just receive it and transmute it to love and send love back out to them. And it's like one of the main lady that was being so mean to me and trying to rebel rouse others to do the same toward me. That's when I put more love on, because she was the most afraid. And it's like when she went on a cruise, and she was so excited about going on her cruise, and she just got back, and her cruise was all about the Democratic Party and politics on this cruise.
Wow.
She came back very sick. She has COVID. and a little bit of me kind of went, you know, a little bit of me did that, but she's not well. So immediately I reach out and I made her a pot of soup. I'll bring that over to her. You know, I'm going to just love her.
I remember us talking about that lady. Yep, you made her food and took it over.
But I'm doing it now. No, she just came home.
Oh, this is a new one.
Same lady. You know, her, you know, she's just all about, so this thing with the Trump thing, let's just go there. Whether you support or don't support or whatever, it doesn't matter. But the issue that I see is the hatred that is fomented in that realm, much like how they were doing that to me at that time because what I was choosing, they're doing it to this person because they're being told to. They're being fomenting, right? So how do we as light workers work with that, right? So it's just, for me, it's, oh, that's information. Okay, I'm not going to judge them about it. It's just information. It's information that I can take and use for, then how do I need to be? Who is it that I need to become? What do I need to begin to think and feel and talk about and write about and exhibit in my world? And it always just comes back to the same thing: unconditional love, forgiveness. You know, it's still the same. It doesn't change. So I really want to address this on this podcast today because our world is trembling in fear.
You know, again, outside of America, I mean, where I am, I don't get American TV. I don't see all of it. And then, of course, my phone is my phone. My computer is my computer. It brings me whatever I tell it to, but I don't watch the American news.
Either.
And this is what I've been telling people for a long time. I threw away my TVs a long time ago. And the only reason why I have a phone with YouTube on it is to you know, connect with other light workers on YouTube, is to learn how to be more loving and learn how to be a better person. But even that, I'm not on my phone all day. I spend time with myself. If I'm going to call myself a light worker and I'm going to get afraid over the first bump that comes into my universe, well, I'm lying to myself. I'm lying to everybody, right? I mean, if you want to get into the skinny of it, I just lost.
Yeah, if you
hundreds of thousands of dollars in 24 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, I was kicked in the throat for a second. And I had to readjust. I did. I'm not saying that, listen, if you're a light worker, if you're walking in love, things aren't going to affect you. It did. It took the wind right out of me for a couple of days. But you can't stay there. After the pain wore off a little bit, and I really had to sit with myself and say, okay, who are you? Well, I'm love. I'm light. I came to this universe to help the world right now. Okay, so are you doing that? The last 3 days I haven't done that. And why not? Because I've been worrying about myself quite a bit. Exactly. And why are you worried about yourself? Well, because I have no money. Because I don't know how I'm going to survive with no rent money, with no... Okay, so has the universe always provided for you? The last time you lost money, did the universe provide? Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Okay, so what are you worried about? Look at the past. The past is going to tell you about the present. Get up, take a shower, wash your face, get over it. Money doesn't even exist. I'm not joking. Within days, bam, I was right back like I didn't even skip a beat. You have to, trials come into our lives. That's part of this 3D existence.
Yep.
But for one, how much of it are you going to buy into? Because again, when I sit and talk to myself, I'm like, well, debt doesn't exist. So what are you even talking about? Well, money doesn't even exist. So what are you even talking about? Like, you really have to kick yourself out of it. Like, kick yourself back into place. Hello, worry. You're not worry, you're love. You're the opposite of worry, right? And then you just get back into it. That's life. Shit happens. Get over it. Get back to work. There's people that have it a lot worse than I do. A lot worse than I do.
Talking about fear, have you heard about something that apparently is coming back in different variations, and now hospitals is getting full again?
Yep. Well, this lady just came back with
I heard about that.
Yeah, this lady that I was talking about, she just came back with it. So yeah, it's and it's all over, it's like even in our chat rooms that we listen to, it's, it's being funneled in, right? But what I love about where we are and the way we look at it is like, oh, well, that's information, right? So how are we going to be? Who are we going to be in the presence of what this new fear is, like they're trying to give to us, right? It's like, it's just like rinse repeat for them, right? Oh, that worked so well the last time. Let's have to do it again, right? But this time I think that there's so many more people who are awake and aware, right? And there's so many more people are going, oh, there's alternatives to how to treat this. Oh, so because we've been doing the work, we've been sharing the information, we've been doing that. So, they're going to always throw some fear shit at us. That's what they do. That's their
we
job.
Can't buy it. That's the thing. We can't buy it.
I don't buy it, little thing. And I'm not playing this game at all. For me, no difference.
Yeah.
I'm working from home, and I've been previously all shops with just signs that I can't wear the nappy on my face, and that's about it. Yeah, so I don't care about that. But I have a problem, because if something like that happens, it means my mom can't make it to me, because they definitely will try traveling make difficult again.
Yep.
And that's the same thing I'm going through. Grace is coming. She leaves America on the 26th. She gets here on, I think it's the 27th, like 24-hour trip.
Mm-hmm.
And, that was mentioned by her too. And I said, listen, the universe always puts you in the perfect spot. If that's here, you'll be here. If that's in California, you'll be in California. Period. Everything works perfectly as long as we're staying in that. Mm-hmm. Now, I just bought these really awesome, I told you all the crystals that she's bringing with her. I got the Moldavite with the hematite diamond and the tiger's eye and I got some really powerful crystals. So I told her, use these crystals, meditate. You got to lift yourself out of this 3D consciousness, this fear, and just trust wherever you fall, that's exactly where you're supposed to be, because your higher self will never lead you down the wrong path. As long as you're listening to your higher self, you're always headed in the right direction.
Yep.
So if your mom is meant to come, she will come. Nothing can stop that. Nothing. Do you know we lived through that whole 3-year period? It was so odd. We lived in Turkey during the whole thing, and there was mandates, and nobody ever came to us and said, you've got to have nothing. I mean, our friends, our neighbors, our neighbor even came knocking on the door. Oh, have you guys got your poison yet? And we were like, no, what's wrong with you? What are you talking about? Oh my God. They just put a thing out on the news. It said you can't even go to shopping malls if you don't have your card, and you can't go to the grocery store, and you can't go anywhere. So me and Lisa are going to the clinic today to so and so, all of us, we're all gonna get it. And we were like, okay, good luck with that. And then, oh, we gotta go again. Whoop, we gotta go get another one. Whoop, here, we gotta go get another one. They were in the hospital every month getting poison kill shots.
Yep.
And it was just a thing that they said on the news. It was never even true. We went to the malls all the time. We went walking outside. We went, there was no like lockdown that affected us. There was no, it just went right around us because we don't keep ourselves in the 3D dimensional fear space.
Right? I would never even know about it. If my mom didn't tell me that she hear all this news in my country, in Latvia, yeah, I would never even knew about it.
Old people have all of the best news too. They sit in front of their chairs all day. Oh, God love them.
That's case. No, my mom maybe not that much. My mom sort of little bit at least listens to me and don't tune in so much. She maybe looks through internet, but that's about it. Yeah. But my godmother, she needs to know every single news.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, and obviously get wind up about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And report to others and so on. Yeah. She been getting shots after shots, and her son and her son's kids, all family, and nothing I could do about it. Absolutely nothing. Just
no, that they get to choose. Everybody gets to choose, right? And I know spiritual people, I know, just regular, they all went rushing for it, and it's like and it's not that I'm, I don't feel like I'm anybody special. It's just my guidance said no.
Right.
Yeah, no.
I had the biggest negative pit in my stomach because I said, hey, I've been an anti-poison person my entire life. Gracie has never had a poison shot. Never. She has completely went all through school and everything, which, hello to you ladies. It's not required. News shock, news flash, it's not required. So, I've always fought against it. But, you could look at Gracie, and she's super, super spiritual. She is so far out of the third dimensional world. She's, not like a lot of other people, just put it that way. I mean, she is elevated in her brain. That kid at 10 years old, I couldn't help her with her geometry homework. 10 years old, she had to stay after school for an hour every day for her math teacher to help her with her homework, because at 10 years old, she was so advanced in her math, it just, I couldn't help her with anything. Geometry, calculus. She was going into stuff I didn't even know existed until I had a kid that was taking it in school. So, look at how much it dumbs us down. Look at how much it makes us sick. Look at how much it calcifies our pineal gland. On the other hand, you could look at something too. My grandfather is almost 100 years old, and he's had the poison +2 boosters, and he's still kicking. So, again, it just all goes back to I'm never afraid of anything because you're always exactly where you're supposed to be. And nobody can take your time away from you or give you more time. Your time is set before you get here. Yeah. So to the people that, have guilt, well, I took the thing and now I regret it. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. It's not going to take anything away from you. Don't worry about it. You're exactly where you're supposed to be.
We have greetings from Chicago from Barbara Jean. Hello, Barbara
Jean. Hi, Barbara Jean.
Thank you for joining us.
I shared this live link in my group on Telegram.
Beautiful.
Great.
We welcome you here.
Great.
We welcome you into our conversation.
Yeah, please just again write some message what you want to say, and I will read out for girls.
Yeah, just a bunch of girls sitting around talking about the weather.
You're so very welcome.
Talking about the neighbors.
Yeah. Making our observations and working
Mary Shin came. Thanks for being here.
And Mary Shin is on. Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Nice. They're all with us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, wow. I'm just wondering, like, tomorrow, I'm really excited about, okay, so this is the BRICS conference today.
Yep.
Which means they're only talking about stuff. I'm wondering, have you heard about a date of implementation when they're going to the new BRICS dollar, BRICS currency, which I heard is supposed to be
I've heard it already started.
Did it? Okay. And
it's been implemented already.
Is it true that it's 55 to 1? Like one BRICS note, one BRICS note is equal $55 US? Have you heard that?
That I don't know. I don't know that yet. I do know they were talking about that they're not going to be addressing de-dollarization from the US, because, a lot of countries have to decouple from our tyranny, which we force them to use our currency for their goods, right?
Well, yeah, look at the billions of dollars in US bonds still that countries are holding that they've got to get value for.
Exactly. And they'll be redeeming those, right? And so as they do that, of course, the US debt note, and I won't call it a dollar because it doesn't deserve that status. It's a debt note. Is definitely coming down. And, like we said before, when things are done, when things are not in balance, they need to come down. If something's going wrong, then it needs to come apart, because you don't want to try to patch that stuff up and try to make it work. You want it to come down and implement healthy, whole goodness for people, not some bizarre construct of debt. And it's like, how they even thought of that is like crazy, right?
But it was really an ingenious plan. I mean, it was, these evil masterminds. I mean, they are just amazing in their plans, and not even the plans so much as the manipulation to get us to buy the plan.
Yep.
Is just ingenious.
Yep.
I bet if you ask 99% of Americans, they have no idea that the U.S. note is built around debt.
No,
I've no clue.
They have no clue when they, and I've been educating people for years on this, right? And people look at me like, oh, that's not true. That's not true. And then they go back and do a little bit of work and they go, oh my God, you were so right about this. It's just worthless paper. I go, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and the paying of taxes. I mean, go back and watch Robin Hood. Right?
Right.
What was Robin Hood doing? He said enough is enough. The rich are stealing from the poor. Do you remember the tax man would come and knock on people's doors? If you had 20 silver shillings, he would take 18 of them.
Yep.
And leave you with a couple to buy bread and maybe some soup for the day. And we never revolted, and we could have. There's so few of them and there's so many of us. But the manipulation is so strong and people don't know who they are.
And their tool for that manipulation is fear.
Fear.
And when we wake up to that, if we wake up to, oh, that's a tool. Fear is a tool.
It's not real.
Not even ours, but it's a tool that someone else is using to manipulate us. Then we can then start getting conscious and begin to choose what we want to experience. So if we don't want to experience fear, then we need to put our attention on love. And the greatest way to put our attention on love is to be in service to others, to get outside of our own ego and be in loving service to someone else, right? And it could just be you're going to choose to go out and smile at everybody you meet, right? That can be service to
whether
others.
They like it or not.
Whether they like it or not. And you smile from your heart, you just give them the best of it, right?
Right.
You become an excellent listener. You stand present to someone. You don't just let things skim by. You become very present with people. That's another way to be in service to others. You can pay something forward if you feel called to do that. There's many ways but it's can be a conscious thing. Like today, how many ways can I show love? How many ways can I be love? And just be that. And if it's for yourself, how many ways can you love yourself? Right? You can choose to eat something beautiful and alive and support your body temple. You can choose not to eat because maybe, yes, last night I was thinking about, I ate too much yesterday and I woke up this morning and go, yeah, gluttony. That's one of the evils, right? And what is gluttony? It's basically the fear of not enough.
Not having enough.
The fear of, yeah, right? It's the fear of. And we go back to this power control that fear has had over humanity and begin to choose something different, because we have the capacity within us to choose fear. We have the capacity to choose fear. We have the capacity to also choose love. I don't believe we choose fear. I think fear is what's happening. It's the dominant frequency that's being thrown at us. But because it's a frequency, because it's a vibration, we can choose whether or not we're going to allow that into our world, our matrix, our body temples, our minds, our hearts. Are we going to let it in? Or are we going to say, what do I choose now? I choose love. I choose compassion. I choose hope. I choose, just begin to choose something else and move your attention off of the fear. That weakens those who are throwing it at you, because the only way they win is when we take their fear and go, okay, I'm so afraid, do it for me, you can do it, I give up. And that's what humanity has done for so long. But there is the capacity within us to stand strong and stand in love and stand in our sacred self. I was
I'm sorry I jumped in here a little bit. We have a couple more messages. Mary Shin is typing, my friend Jean is here listening. And I send love and say I love you if I cannot say anything else.
That's right.
I think Jean is 98.
Yeah.
Say she's 97. Yeah, she's here watching us. That's so wonderful.
Let's become love warriors, not just light. Well, light's just information. That's the meaning of light. It's information that's coming in. So we can take that divine information and be the presence of that love and give that love no matter where we are. And especially to those, you know, who I really love to give love to is like, the business corporate people, that are all tucked nicely in their suits and they're all coiffed and, made up and
so
perfect,
serious.
They're so serious. And I just like to just send them a genuine heart love, because that what they're experiencing is not love, right? And so somewhere they need to have that experience. Sorry, my phone went off. Somewhere to have that experience of being loved. And I just want to share a little story here. Many years ago, a friend of mine and I, we decided to do a project for the town that we lived in, which was Kirkland, Washington. Kirkland is a very up and coming, now it's totally gentrified. But before it was gentrified, it was just a beautiful, sweet place to live. And she and I decided to do something called Kirkland Gives Thanks. And we decided this about this time of year, this is August, right? We wanted to put on a beautiful Thanksgiving for anyone who wanted to come and sit at a table. We did not know how we were going to do that. We didn't know, right? And people were telling us, well, this is a little late to start that kind of planning. You should have done this a year ago. And we're like, it's like, that was just somebody else's, idea. So we just stayed focused. Okay, how can we accomplish this, right? So we began just so it was about gratefulness. So we moved in gratefulness, and we wanted Kirkland to experience this gratefulness. So we just started going to restaurants and food suppliers. We didn't go down to start collecting shekels from the people. We went to the very top. We went to the food suppliers, the big ones, not the grocery stores, although we did some of that, but we went to the big suppliers.
Right, like Cisco and stuff.
Exactly. And then we went to the finest restaurants, not your little mom and pop. No, we went to the beautiful restaurants. We had a beautiful restaurant, and they sponsored it every year after that. We did this for like 5 years. So all the turkeys were donated. All the food was from the big suppliers, right? So we had so much food. And then restaurants, their employees all volunteered. So that's like, we had too many volunteers. We had so much food, so much that afterwards we could just give it away. What was one of the most beautiful things is, and this is why I'm telling the story. Besides, you can make a miracle happen whenever you want to make it happen. It doesn't matter. You should have planned a year ahead. So what?
And you don't need a lot of money.
You don't need anybody.
Start where you can.
You need Zippo. We were two single moms. So the day of we even had a taxi service volunteer to go pick up people. Oh my God, it was great. So we would get, so what started happening is people started coming at lunch, and it would be a family here, a Pakistani family, a Vietnamese family. Then came the corporate guys that didn't have a family with them, right? And they came in their suits to sit at the tables with the families. Nobody sat at a separate table. It was everybody sat together and talked and communed. And we got a phone call from a young girl, and she said, my brother and I are alone, but we want to come. So we sent a taxi to go pick them up and bring them. And the taxi person came back and told us the parents were inebriated. The parents were, and these children had been alone. And they picked them up and brought them to us, and we fed them, and then we sent them home with lots of food, right? So that all came from love, right? That all came from the desire to give thanks and to just love people, love people. And when you would see the businessmen just sitting at the table with an ordinary family, they weren't on their high horse about what they accomplished or who they were. We were just all a bunch of humans eating together and giving thanks together. And
no religion, no color, no status, no nothing. Just a bunch of folks that enjoyed spending time together.
Exactly.
The way we were meant to be from the very beginning.
Exactly. It was more like a true Thanksgiving, right? Where just everybody came and everyone was invited, not just the poor people. No, everybody comes. So it wasn't even class distinction. So, we talked earlier about, on the forms, what you fill out. Are you white? Are you, what are you, right? There's no box to fill in.
I should have checked all of them. I'm white, I'm African, I'm Mexican, I'm Native American. Which one is going to give me the most benefits? I'm just going to check all of them.
Right. Yeah. So it's amazing what you can accomplish when your heart is so filled with love and how you want to make an impact. So, of course, that was a big project, right? And
that was huge. And if you think about it, how impossible. If you sit on your couch and you think, how can I feed 50 families today? And then you look at reality and you're like, well, I can't. I don't have any money. I'm a single mother. I can't hardly make it on my own. I mean, everything about it seems so impossible, but all you have to do is just take that move forward and the universe meets you there.
Yep. We even had a printer that printed up beautiful posters for us and put them all over town. I mean, it was just like, you can't believe how people want to give. And that's it. When you start that, you realize,
just ask. We don't ask. If you just ask
and it shall be given. Seek, and find. Knock, and
because listen, at the same time, God is telling you, LaShann, you need to contact Morganne and you need to ask her for, maybe an hour of her time or whatever I've asked you for before.
Yep.
At the same time, you're asking God for a blessing. God, I need, so-and-so. I don't know how I'm going to pay my light bill, or who knows, whatever. Maybe you need an ascension blessing. And so I need something from you. And by you taking it and giving it to me, we're both being a blessing. Therefore, we're both being blessed, all just because we listened to the universe.
That's right.
I don't need anything. I never need anything. Need is an illusion also. However,
If you like, can I just add something about need there, right there, because it's so poignant what you just said. Need is just simply a construct of I don't have enough. It's still the lack consciousness.
Right.
And it's been instilled in us because we are creators. We need nothing. All is given. All is given. Okay, go ahead. I just had to interject.
Need is also, well, and you're on the same exact point that I am. So to tail on to that, need is nothing more than me giving you an avenue to be blessed. Because I never need anything. Sometimes the universe will let me think I do, but that's only because Morganne has been talking to the universe today and said, how can I ascend higher? How can I become a bigger blessing? And then the universe contacts me and says, hey,
call Morganne.
I think it would be nice if you would call Morganne and have a talk with her today. It's not that I need anything. The universe is opening up an avenue of blessing for you. And we both get blessed in the process. That's the whole point.
Yep. And I think about, you're just reminding me of Michael Tellinger again. And I know I've shared about Michael Tellinger on this and his beautiful vision of Ubuntu and his one small towns. And such a powerful concept, because really this is how it's being set up, is by you being fully who you are, and you just contribute who you are, not for an expectation of anything, but just from the sheer experience of being fully who you are, and all things are given to you. There are no needs. There are no needs.
That's right. The only thing that we need is love.
Yep.
I'm sorry, we have another message from Mary Sheen. I have just about stopped using need as well, as I am trying.
Yeah.
We're all in the same process of learning every day.
We sure are. We're in the process. And the other words you want to like try to get out of your vocabulary is want. It's the same thing as the need, right?
Right. Yeah.
And when we say we either need or want something, we do not have the faith that it already exists.
Right.
I love to add I like to use the words I allow, like some people will say, I need peace, or I need love, or how about I allow peace? I allow love. I allow this because it already exists. But if we say we need it, we're saying, oh, that doesn't exist. I need it. Right. No, no, and it's just how we've been trained, and it's just helping us wake up and remember there's nothing that we need. Oh my God, I just remember, I don't know what the time is, but I just had a remembering. I don't know who watched Star Trek.
Talking because I just had a miracle message come through. So.
Okay, and I'll let you know.
We're doing good.
So so who watches Star Trek, right? I don't know. I used to watch Star Trek.
I was a Star Wars. I've never watched Star Trek.
Okay, well, Star Trek, Star Wars, if it was anything to do with that, I loved it. And when I was watching TV, that's about all I'd ever watch were those kinds of shows. But there was this one episode where Captain Kirk and, the Starship Enterprise, they encountered another ship that had been sent up from Earth, where inside the ship were these rich people who had bought cryogenic pods so that they could wake up in the future and they'd be even richer because they had done all these investments and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so they get them on their ship, and everybody wakes up, and this guy's like, I've got to look at my investments, and he's like going crazy and Captain Kirk's just like looking like, what are you doing? He goes, that form of money doesn't exist.
That monetary system is gone.
And this is the key thing he said that was so powerful. He said, everything we need is already provided.
Wow.
Barbara Jean is saying,
wow.
Star Trek, yes, I agree with what you are saying. I will be leaving. I send love and appreciation. I feel so good.
Oh, that.
Bye, Barbara Jean. Love you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please
One more person
remember,
that
like,
feels good.
share.
Yay.
Please remember to like, share, and subscribe for my YouTube channel. So many more videos like this will be on my channel and already is. I think I together done around 150 or 160 videos so far.
And half of
In
them are the three of us. So we've
in
had
a
a lot of
year and
good
half.
conversations.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that, and even that, just like one more person so happy. And it's like, that's, if I could go to sleep now and feel fulfilled.
But
You know,
that's what I'm saying. Even if one person watches our show and we can all three of us manage to help one person, I will be happy. I done my job.
That's right. We did we fulfilled our intentions.
Exactly. And I see actually our show growing and more people watching, and it's brilliant.
Yeah. It's lovely to have a conversation. Just to have this beautiful conversation every week.
And I think this energy, what we three are giving out, I think as well. I think I'm not as much knowledgeable about all energies as you are, Morganne, but I think even if we have all three of us sending intent in our shows that I'm sending out to everyone positive energy while they watching show, yeah, at any point in their lives, I think then anyway they will get this.
Yeah, and even just, I'll even just say this too. They don't even have to hear it. We're already putting out the frequency. So it's like we're a frequency to be reckoned with, because we are not the normal frequency that's been put up, but that's changing.
We're definitely not normal frequency.
Well, just like I told my kids when they were growing up, normal. I tell my kids, normal is something you never want to strive to be. Never.
Oh my gosh, I would kill myself if I was normal. I'm telling you, I couldn't do it.
I must definitely cannot even be if I want to.
Right?
Right.
Oh no, here we go with the laughing.
We have to be. That's what we talked before.
Joy.
Before you arrived.
Yeah.
Before you arrived, we had like couple minutes chat with Morganne while we've been waiting, and we talk about we need to laugh, and
more laughter.
And Morganne just been having lots of laughs. And
yeah, I just spent a few days laughing and playing frisbee, and being in the sun, in the water, in the sand, in the trees, and eating good food and laughing with girlfriends. It's like, do that. Go do that. Go be and see, that's that childlike wonder, what does the scripture say? Unless you become as a little child, you cannot enter into the kingdom. And so that child is filled with wonder and laughter and joy and being in the present moment. And it's one of my friends found a frisbee on the beach. It was like, you thought we found a buried treasure. Honest to God, we just had so much fun.
Oh, I love frisbee. Frisbee is a great time. It's one of life's simple little pleasures, but think about it. You have a great time. You're falling on your face and you're laughing and you're, or something like volleyball, like some simple little thing can just turn you back around into joy.
Yep, you know, and we'd throw it and it'd end up in the water or it ended up in the berry bushes. And all we could do is just laugh. And then we'd figure out a way to retrieve our Frisbee.
Right.
And just 3 older women on the beach being free and being who we are. We took some amazing pictures too. This is one of the amazing things because we'd been set our intentions for the day, you know, and most of it was about joy and light and just allowing the light to move through us. So there was it was the sun was setting and these weird images, and it was only happening to me, where the sun was behind me, but it was also coming through me. And so we'd look at the picture and go, so then my other friend would go, I'm going to do it. And it didn't happen to her. And the other person, I'm going to do it. It didn't happen. Then all 3 of us got in the picture and it was only happening to me still in that picture. So not sure. They went Alisha Ann. Not sure, but you know, it's my intention, right? Just to shine light, and the camera picked that up.
And being rainbow. Remember about being rainbow.
That's right. I'm a rainbow. That's
yes.
right. I am. Yep. And
exactly.
just the acknowledging of that. And I see we're way past our time. So
the show is in right time, but we are 8 minutes past. That's why probably Alisha Ann quickly left.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. There is many videos already and will be many, many more. So thank you for watching and God bless.
I love you.